I'm just going to really quickly just go over some of the different in-class activities that we did on days when we weren't being filmed. The first, on the second day of class, the first day is just experience this class in a day. But the second day, after introducing the class more, we do a class compass to sort of set our goals and ideas together. And so first, everyone explore solo, quietly, in any order you want, just one thought per sticky, these questions, and hold on to them. So what am I thinking, feeling, wondering about this class? All sides, could be things I'm worried about, and why. And what relevant past experiences have I had, maybe in other design classes or whatever, and how are those? So any observations about where I'm at right now as I start this class, what matters most to me, about having a great experience. What ways are there for that to happen? I don't know, but how do you imagine that playing out this year? And then we can figure out some experiments to do together. So everyone take some time to do that solo. And then we'll share. So everyone reads. So one person come up, read and post sticky note. I have our compass right over here in the class. Then other people listen to that, add theirs. Everyone just reads what they wrote, no need to elaborate. And then somebody else reads a sticky, cluster around that one and so on. And then if more things come up, by all means, add more, just sticky before we speak. And then we iterate. Halfway through the semester, right before spring break, we came back to this compass very intentionally, now highlighting what's happening for me now and why in this class? What am I doing, seeing, thinking, feeling, and why? And so are there any principles now as we think forward to the second half? What ideas do we have for making it better? What steps will we try? And so the example we made earlier was, 3 hours is feeling really long without a break. We learned a couple years ago. And so let's actually set a timer and have a break in the middle of class. Something we do every single day is the preflection, and just invite people to create 3 sticky notes. One is two of those are 2 different observations, maybe a positive and a negative, or a question. So create a couple of sticky notes, ups, downs, questions, observations about what you're thinking, feeling, wondering. And the other is one principle or idea to build on that. So if I'm feeling worried about whether I'm going to be able to finish this project or not, what's just one principle or one idea that I could go take with me as I come to my team that is starting to turn the corner into a constructive way forward from that worry that I could bring, as well as the concern. Always involve people, so you can use us, your teachers, other team members, draw people into your ideas. At the end of every day, we invited a reflection. We do it here in Canvas. People write, you just write a sentence if you want, or a paragraph, just any aha or reflection from the day, but just one thing, long or short as you want. And then we're able to respond to that and understand where everyone's at in a very simple way every day. When we form teams, we begin the team compass to help the team sort of stay on track and travel together through their journey. And this is the team compass about our team experience. In the middle is our team, not our class in this case. And so in the middle is our team. And first, again, individually, people write, what am I thinking, feeling, wondering about teaming, all sides, things I'm excited about, things I'm nervous about, and why. What are my past teaming experiences that could be relevant that I've had, and how were those? What matters most to me for my team experience, to be able to think and feel as a part of this team, and what matters most for all of us. And then what ways are there for that to happen, whether they're the ways that we communicate with each other, collaborate, divide things up, work together, help each other, solve conflicts, things like that. And what steps will we try? And so this is a team compass that had some good contrasting observations. We encourage openness, but we also don't make very good use of time together. Our principles are both to have fun, but also to respect team time. So they came up with ideas like doing team bonding and also making their to-do list more accessible, which are great ideas. But what made it work was making those concrete. So for bonding, we're going to get food together after every visit we do with our partner. And to make our to-do list accessible, we're going to put it on Google. Make a list there tonight, I think. I don't know what it was. And so here's the actual chance to go for 5 minutes, write solo, go to your team, but write quietly, and then share and build on each other and create this initial compass. And then make sure to keep coming back to it. We'll encourage that regularly, but also whenever things just aren't feeling great, at least take the time to make an observation about what's happening and come up with one experiment, one thing to try to make it better. We try to also honor this when we come around to teams. We don't always do it, but we try to do is avoid the phrase that was coined at IDEO at one point, the swoop and poop, where you come in and see and hear just a little bit about someone's work and then start to say, oh, well, that's not right, and start throwing ideas at the poor team before fully hearing what's going on. So we definitely don't want to do that. And so what we will aspire to do is to be a coach, to be your biggest cheerleader, and first listen and look, what's happening with you, with your work, what are you guys doing, thinking, wondering, what matters. We're going to ask you, what matters most to you from our time together, what matters most to you right now, and about how we help, the kinds of help we give. And then listen to your ideas first, whatever you're stumped on. What ideas do you have to move forward? And then add our own. What ideas do we have? And who else might be able to help? But first to hear what you guys are thinking, because it's probably awesome. And then help you get to really concrete next steps of things to try. And then I think this is the last one. This is the compass that drives the aging action work. We collect over the course of the semester, our perspective on aging and design in society using one more compass. And this is not it. This is the one. So first of all, just collecting observations about us and people in society. What do we see happening for aging adults around us? And in all of the different sort of stimulus and films and things that we watch in this class, why do we think those things are happening? And why do we see things this way? What's our own sort of bias or lens about how we see people's experience in society? So we sort of collect observations throughout the semester. And then when it's time to do the aging action and figure out what we want that to be and form groups around that, we go further and look at this body of observations we have about what we see happening around aging in society and decide, let's put some stickies up there. What matters most to us about all of that? Us as designers, as people in society. What ideas do we have, to have an impact on that? Any time in our lives, how could we have impact? But then also, during the course of the semester, what's a step that we could try in the society, at least right around us, that might have some impact? And we share those as a group in the same way. Read, add, repeat.